content, you'll be studying about acid, base, indicators, universal indicators, salt, 5 types of salt. Here, when we talk about acid base, here we are seeing salt over here. What does this salt have to do anything with this acid and base? Let me tell you that when an acid and base react together, they form salt. That's the reason we have to even include salt in this topic, okay? And see what are the different types of salt out there. There is not only one salt which you are having at home, okay? There are different type of it which have important uses to it, alright? And we even have to study about these two terms, okay, acid and base. Why? Because like us humans, we have different nature and character, right? So the substance surrounding you have a different nature to it. We are going to categorize and identify what are the substances which are called acid, what are the substances which are called bases, with the help of indicator that will tell us, okay? Alright, but first of all, let us see the definition for acid. What kind of substance are called acid? Okay, here in acid, let me give the definition first. First of all, they are sour in taste. You have come across several fruits and vegetables. Some of them have sour in taste. Yes, they will be taken as acid, but they are not strong. Okay, they are weak acid. Another thing is they produce hydrogen ions in aqueous solution. Remember, for your class 10, what is it that you are studying about acid and base in their aqueous solution? In other terms, you are not going to study and go deeper into it. You are just going to study about them in their aqueous solution. So aqueous solution is what? Again, let me remind you, okay, aqueous solution is when a substance is put in the water, okay? The water is taken as your solvent, the substance is taken as your solute, okay? Solute. Now when this substance is added in the water, okay, the water becomes a mixture of the solute and solvent, right? Now this solution is called aqueous solution, okay? Aqueous solution. So what is it for acid? When acid is put in, yes, in water, okay, in aqueous solution, what will happen? It will produce hydrogen ions. Now any substance which produce hydrogen ions will be taken as your acid. The main definition is this point 2, okay? Acid corrode metals, not only metals, clothes, okay, your skin. It is very harmful to us when the acid is very strong. Alright, now when we talk about strong acid and weak acid, how can we differentiate them? Over here you see that strong acid produce more hydrogen ions in water, so it produce more, okay? When we talk about weak acid, it produce less hydrogen ions in water, okay? Now you can give examples like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, or acetic acid for weak acid, okay? Acetic acid or citric acid. Now remember, whenever definition are asked, okay, give the definition plus give the example, okay? At least one of the example. Now for strong acid, you can mention hydrochloric acid. Why? Because the acid which is present in your stomach, is it hydrochloric acid? Yes, it is hydrochloric acid. Simply you can remember like that, and it is taken as strong acid, okay? What about weak acid? Now weak acid, take the example of citric acid. This acid is found in most of the fruits, okay? So you can easily remember citric acid, okay? Alright, now let us go and see for base. In base, how are we going to define? They are bitter in taste, okay? They are bitter in taste. And what is it? They give hydroxide ions in aqueous solution. Earlier in acid, you saw that they give off hydrogen ions. In base, hydroxide ions, okay, in aqueous solution. So be in touch. Now for both this one, you have your strong base, weak base is there. What is it? For strong base, produce more hydroxide ions, okay? Weak base, less hydroxide ions, okay? Example, sodium hydroxide is taken as strong base. Potassium hydroxide for weak base, this NaOH, you will call it as hydroxylamine, okay? Hydroxylamine. Now in exams, sometimes they'll ask, give the difference between acid and base. So for acid, what you will say? It produce hydrogen ions, okay? For base, it produce hydroxide ions, okay, hydroxide ions minus, okay. And what is it for the taste? They taste sour, they taste bitter, okay. Another thing is that it can corrode metals or clothes or skin easily. For base, what is it? Soapy in touch, you can say that. All right, okay. Now let us see the next topic, that is indicator. Now why do we have to study indicator? See, you can't go and test every substances to indicate whether they are acid or base, right? You can't go and test everything because some are very harmful to us, okay, very harmful, because there will be strong acid out there, strong base out there, okay. Now first of all, let us give the definition for indicator. So what is it, indicator? These are the substance which changes their color, smell in different types of substance, okay. Now you can even say that indicators help us to detect, okay, detect the nature of substance, by changing their colors, okay. When they are reacted with any substance like acid or base, okay, they will change the color, okay, or they will change their smell, okay. The smell will change. All right, now what are the types of indicators out there? First of all, you see there is natural indicator, second is synthetic indicator, third is olfactory indicator. Now in this natural, the name nature itself give us the idea that it is found naturally, okay, naturally. Another thing is synthetic indicator are those chemicals which are made artificially to help us indicate, okay. And lastly, olfactory. Now if you have studied your life process thoroughly, you will see that olfactory is also called as what? It is also called as sense of smell, okay. Related to our brain, it helps us differentiate the sense of smell, okay. Olfactory, sense of smell. So this help us with, it will help us with the change in smell, okay, change in smell. All right, let us see one after the other, okay, with examples which will make it much more easier. All right, here I have the chart. Here we have multiple charts out of it, two, okay. Each two you can remember it, try to remember it. Now in natural indicator, litmus paper, okay. Litmus paper is out there, okay. Sometimes, yeah, they will be red in color and blue in color, okay. Now here, to define this litmus, okay, this area, okay, these are taken as indicator, okay. Smell or change in color, okay. In present color, what will happen, okay, when you react with it, okay. All right, now first of all, in litmus, it is a paper, okay. It is a paper or tool, okay, which is soluble in water, okay, used to to check whether the substance is acid or base, okay, acid or base, by changing their color, okay. Now this paper, what happened is that mostly our litmus paper, okay, they will be red in color or blue in color. All right, blue in color. Now when litmus red is being put with acid, it will turn red. So we can use another one that is blue paper, okay. We can't know that red is turning into red because both of them are red in color, okay. So you can use blue litmus paper to check whether the substance is acid or not. Once you react blue with acid substance, it will turn red, okay. It will turn red. The blue litmus paper will turn red, okay. And over here, what will happen is that the red litmus paper, okay, will turn blue for base, okay, for base. In that way, you have to remember. Another thing is you can take red cabbage leaf extract, okay. You can take it out, all right, extract, okay. Take the water out of the cabbage, put it on the paper, and put it on some acid substance, it will turn red in color, or for base it will turn green in color. All right, and flower of hydrangea plant, okay. This is very interesting. When this flower is planted on the soil, okay, when the soil is acidic in nature, okay, if the soil is have high concentration of acid in the soil, okay, the flower will turn blue in color. Now when the soil is base, okay, high concentration in bases, it will turn pink in color. You have seen that one, right? Okay, next thing is turmeric. Another thing you can take is turmeric. There will be no changes, okay, but when you react with base, you will see red. Okay, what you can do is that you can take, lemon is also a taste in sour, right? It used to be sour in taste. Now you can take lemon as an acid, okay, and chalk. You know what are chalk, right? You can take this chalk as your base, okay, as your base. Now when you react lemon, okay, try to do experiment by your own at home in your kitchen, okay. Take a chalk, okay, give a try. Thus they used to change their color, okay, when you go through this all, okay. And remember, only two example for each of the indicator, okay, natural indicator. Now next thing is your synthetic indicator. This you will not find in your kitchen, okay. All right, phenolphthalein methyl orange. It will have colorless when it is reacted with acid, and for base it will turn pink, okay. This we are supposed to do in practical classes, all right. And for methyl orange it will turn red, okay, and for base it will turn yellow, all right. Okay, now olfactory indicator. In olfactory indicator we say that it is related to the sense of smell, right? So take your onion, okay, react it with acid, or your lemon, okay. Characteristic smell will have some difference, okay. The smell, you know, onions have a very huge or strong smell, okay. Once you react with lemon, what will happen? Check it out, okay. For base, no smell. Vanilla essence, retain smell, okay, no smell. Clove leaf, retain smell, loose smells, okay. Check it out. You can take a screenshot of this one, try it out at home, okay. All right, now let us see hydrangea, which we were talking about this one, right? The color of hydrangea flower is dependent upon the pH of the soil, or whether the soil is acid or base, okay. Depending on it, the flower used to change its color, okay. All right, now we are coming to universal indicator. Now this one is an important term. Why? Because the previous indicator, the one which we have studied just now, tell us whether it is an acid or base, just that, right? But universal indicator help us to understand whether it is a very strong acid, strong base, okay, strong acid or strong base, or whether they are weak acid or weak base, okay. They tell us that. So before we proceed, let us give the definition for universal indicator. Okay, it is a mixture of several indicators. It shows at different colors at different concentration of hydrogen ions in the solution, okay, in the solution. Now pH, universal indicator. What is universal indicator? It is taken as your pH, okay. We take pH scale. This indicator help us to identify, okay, whether they are strong or weak, okay. Now here pH scale is the one, okay, is the one called as universal indicator, okay. Now pH, P stands for potence in German, which means what? Strength, okay, strength. And hydrogen, H stands for hydrogen ions. So together, if we combine, it means pH means strength of hydrogen ions, okay, strength of hydrogen ions. Define pH, okay. I hope you can define by now. Now let us see how does it look like. So it will look like this scale, okay. 1, 2, 3 up to 14, it will have this serial number, okay. 7 will be taken as neutral, okay. Pure water is being taken as neutral. It will not be acid or base, okay. Now as the number decreases, okay, the acidic strength will get increased, okay. The acidic strength will get increased, okay. And when the number increases from 7 to 14, the base strength will get increased. That is how you have to remember. Okay, as the number decrease, acidity strength increase. As the number increases from 7 to 14, the base strength increases. Let us see some of the example over here. Pure water is taken as neutral, so milk is a light acid. Black coffee, potato juice, apple juice, lemon juice, gastric acid. Okay, see, the acid is increasing and the level of it, the scale is decreasing as it goes on. You can see these substances are found easily in your kitchen, right? You can do some experiment with it later on. Now as you go from left to right, okay, base is yes, egg is base, baking soda, hand soap, ammonia solution, bleach, concentration solution of alkalis. Okay, that is your base. I hope you have got that one. Everyone have got that one. Give a try. Okay, now uses or importance of pH in everyday life. Why do we have to study about pH? Why do we have to even consider the scale of it? Let us see the points over here. Okay, the first point is that our body works between pH of 7 to 7.8. okay, 7.8 and if something is wrong in our body, pH is being yes, we used to measure the pH of our body, okay, whether they are balanced or not. Okay, now next thing is pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, called acid rain. If it decreased to 5.6, the scale decreased to 5.6, it will be taken as acid rain. That will tell us why our monuments are turning into yellow or black, okay, or the vegetables, why are they not growing up. This can help us to identify that. Another thing is our stomach produce hydrochloric acid, right? So those acid is rather strong or weak. That one also we can find it out. Now tooth decay start when pH of mouth is less than 5.5. Our enable, the cover of the teeth, okay, which help us fight off acid. Acid is there in our mouth, yeah, but if it decreases, okay, more than 5.5, the enables gets weakened, okay, and your tooth will start decaying. That is the problem. So pH help us to indicate whether the acid in our mouth is less or it is fine, okay, it is balanced. Okay,